Hello, hola guys, welcome back to my channel. Hi, my name's Roxanne. If it's your first time here, then welcome. Today I'm going to be telling you guys the books that I plan on reading during the month of June. Follow me on Twitter, you might know that my mom has been having some health issues, and so because of that I've just been very busy and very distracted, and I just haven't really been able to focus on reading at all. So my June TBR will consist a lot of the books that you might have seen in my May TBR, but I do have a very long drive towards the end of the month where I am moving from Florida all the way to New York, and we're gonna drive there. So I might have some time there to read or listen to some audiobooks or something, and so I'm trying to add more books to my TBR just to be ambitious and push myself to continue to read and catch up with the books that I wanted to read this past month, but wasn't able to, unfortunately. If you guys are wondering, my mom is doing a lot better. Definitely not out of the woodwork just yet. We have a lot still that we're gonna have to do, but the really big scary part is sort of over, and she's back home, thankfully. So thank you to everyone who sent me messages or tweets or anything. I really appreciate you guys so much. You have no idea how much it helped in keeping me sane and just positive and hopeful, and you guys just are amazing, and so thank you so much for that. So, as you guys may know, I am trying to read at least one nonfiction book every month. Unfortunately, the one that I meant to read in the month of May, I have not been able to, which is The Open Veins of Latin America by Eduardo Galeano. I got 31 pages in, and that's as far as I've gotten. So, this is still my nonfiction pick for May, and we'll now move over to June. And then once I'm finished with this one, I would hope to get into another one for the month of June so I don't fall behind. And so I decided to pick one that is pretty short and hopefully I can get through relatively quickly, and that is The Politics of Che Guevara, Theory and Practice by Samuel Farber. Oh, okay, great. He is a Cuban guy. Awesome. I just wanted to make sure, because I when I'm reading books like these, I really like to get from the perspective of the people who are affected, or from the people who know. I would guess in a personal sense be able to tell me something that maybe someone who has just been studying it might not. So that's why I like own voices books and things like that. So yay, the author is Cuban, born and raised. So yeah, I'll get to this one. It's really short. It is 120 pages with a lot of pages of sources and stuff, which is great, because if I enjoyed this one and want to go on to other books, I can always look in the back for that. The other two books that were still from my May TBR that I have not gotten to yet are Jane Eyre by Charlotte Bronte, and the last book in the Mistborn trilogy, which is Hero of Ages by Brandon Sanderson. I have an audiobook for this one, which I am very happy about because it'll help me get through this pretty quickly, and then I will get through this one, which is a chunker, but it's just fine. It's like 700 and something pages. So I hope to be able to get through those four. I started reading Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone this month because when I'm feeling down, when I'm feeling upset, sad, whatever, it's my go-to. Obviously, you guys know how much I love Harry Potter, and so I'm only like 37 pages in, and right now I am reading Rebecca by Daphne du Maurier, so I'm going to focus on that one, and if I finish that one, then I'll dive back in here. But I don't know that what's today? Today's the 25th, so I have 6 days left. I might be able to finish it, but regardless, if I don't, then this one will be in my June TBR as well. So now, if I get through all of those, which is doubtful, but I'm hopeful at the same time, I did purchase 2 books this month, which I know I wasn't supposed to. I really told myself that I was going to try and wait, and that I was going to wait until I was home in New York and then settled in, and then start to buy books, but still trying to control myself, and then that didn't happen. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I had another bookshelf right here that I got rid of. I'm trying to sell some furniture, so I sold it to a friend, and then I had some time to kill before I met up. That same day, I had some time to go before I met up with my brother and my sister-in-law, and there was a bookstore there, so I got some books. So I got The Fifth Season by N.K. Jemisin. I know I'm a little late to the party with this one, but I've heard really amazing things about this. Really excited about this one. I have really heard amazing things about her and her books, so I'm super excited to get to this one. I don't know when I will get to it, maybe in the summer, maybe a little bit later in the year, but we'll see. I'm really excited to read this one. And then this is the one that I may add also to my June TBR at some point, whatever. I'm so excited about, and it is Longborn by Jo Baker. I heard about this first, I believe, in Olive's channel, which are linked down below. I absolutely love her. She's one of my favorite booktubers. She's one of these amazing people who is just so eloquent in the way that they tell you their thoughts, and they are able to just tell you about these books and everything. It's just what I am not eloquent. I'm very all over the place, as you guys can tell, but she's not, and she's amazing, and I love her. So she talked about how much she loved this book, and there was someone else that recently mentioned it as well, because of her they also bought it and read it and loved it. I don't remember who it was. Anyway, if I remember, I will link it down below. But I kept seeing it in the bookstore, and I was like, oh, I really want it, because it is Pride and Prejudice told through the perspective of the I guess staff of the houses, the servants, I guess. Yeah, and I am so excited to read this, because there's one thing that I love Pride and Prejudice, you guys know, that is one of my favorite books of all time, and we don't really get a lot from them. They tell the Bennet sisters a couple of things a couple of times, and you get a little bit from one of Darcy's servants when Elizabeth and her aunt and uncle go to visit his home, but that's it. You don't really get a lot, and this is a perspective that you don't get very often. So I'm super excited to read this. I'm excited to see what she's able to come up with. So this one might be added to that. This one might take priority over a couple of them, if I'm being completely honest. Plus, it is pretty it's like 300 and some pages, so it's not too bad. It looks relatively short. I think the pages are just really thin, but I'm so excited about this one, and I do have high hopes for that. I try not to go into books with super high hopes, but I can't help myself, because it's a Pride and Prejudice thing, and it's a Jane Austen-y thing. So that's it. I did a little mini book haul and TBR all in one. So let me know if you guys have read any of these books and what you thought about them. Let me know what you plan on reading next month and what you read this past month. Thank you for watching and for listening. As always, I love and appreciate you guys so very much. Mwah.